Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the first game of Eagle Strike number 6. We have Mr. Ozligath as the Wehrmacht. On the other side, we have Mr. Akkerman. I didn't turn off the fog of war. Here we go. As the British forces. What are we expecting?
Yes.
What are we seeing, my dear friend?
Well, we don't need to expect because we know both players have locked in their doctrines. Ackerman's bringing heavy armor, and Ozligath is going to be flying in with the Luftwaffe. So, pretty straight up scenario we've got. We've got some idea of what players are going to be aiming for. We might see some heavy light vehicle action with some refit. We're probably going to see some Fallschirmjägers with their camo strike bonus.
Yeah, it's interesting, especially though with the nerf to Fallschirmjägers, or not the nerf, it's a rebalance, right? Because they lost their ability to be combat dropped right away. You have to wait 30 seconds, but they got cheaper.
Yeah, for some reason I don't think Aussies. We're already a minute 10 now. I don't think Aussies going to go for the Luft Pioneers. I think you're much better using the Fallschirmjägers from this doctrine, just in terms of punching power.
I'm not sure if I had a talk with someone, not sure if it was Aussie, but someone told me you don't drop them right away, you just wait for the first engagement and then drop it there. So
yeah,
you
that's
can
fair.
win the first engagement.
Yeah, I think you would want to be a little bit cautious of a machine gun, because if they manage to get that onto your drop zone, you know, it can really shut down that unit.
Yeah,
You don't
fair
have
enough.
to worry about early grenades or explosives, so that can be a good way to win an engagement once you sort of know what the enemy unit composition's looking like. And I think Aussie, to me, looks like he's just going for a straight standard double Pioneer, triple Grand build, and Akkerman kind of responding in kind with a triple section start.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised to see triple Pioneer on roads or road to Tunis. It's usually more of a Twin Beaches thing, I think.
Yeah, sorry, I misread that. I said triple Grand.
No,
Yeah, you're right,
worries.
triple Pioneer. I guess it does give you that extra, just the extra map pressure, which he might feel like he needs, but British traditionally really lack the early map control, just having to build at tier 1 to get, some meaningful units out.
Yeah. There's also a huge debate currently going on the worth of Grenadiers since the nerf to merge.
Yeah, they are a bit trickier to use. You've really got to be a bit more selective about your merge at the moment. Whether we'll see that reworked, we don't quite know at this point.
We have MG42 now on the way from Aussie, pretty standard. And interestingly, preemptive mortar there from Akkerman.
Yeah, some good game sense there from Akkerman, sensing that Aussie's going to be using a lot of cover. So MG42 or not, he's going to get value out of that mortar.
I still conflicted about mortars.
Yeah, at this high level, it's quite easy to counter them just by moving your units periodically, and you have a pretty good idea about which unit they're going to target. So that flamer pop forcing off those two sections, that's a pretty good move there by Aussie as he takes control of the central garrison, but it immediately starts to receive a barrage from the mortar.
Yeah, Flamer Pile. On the one hand, I love Weber Flamer Pile because it feels like the Soviet Flamer Pile from Code 2 where you can merge into them. But on the other hand, it's only 3 models.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty. You got to find margin to try and merge in and get value out of them, and it can be easy to either lose your lose your flamer.
Nice smoke there, shutting down the MG42.
But he has taken quite a few models off the sapper, and that can't be merged into. So I think that's going to be forced off sooner or later. But sitting in that green cover is going to deny that mosque for now.
Nobody wants to go inside of the mosque or the house. Apparently, officially, that's not the mosque, but just the house.
Definitely cursed.
But I swear
it's
it
a
looks
classic
like
house, yeah.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
It looks like a really
sections caught out by suppression and a flamer. Sapper's just trying to get an early destroy on the central house. Our Pioneer's going to have to go home, getting quite low. Machine gun are going to need to reposition under that mortar fire.
Not the best first engage or first real engagement for Aussie. He was forced off. Map control is in favor of Aussie, but only slightly. 10 more ammo per minute. but everything
Yeah,
else is even.
We've got the platoon command post going down for Akkerman, so we might see Humber. I think, I don't know, maybe not, because if Ozzy goes tier 2, which he has, sorry, he's bringing out the 221. That Panzerbuchse is just insane at the moment. It really shuts down a lot of light vehicle play from the Brits.
Point is being overrun.
Yeah, it was already really strong in the previous patches, where people said if you kill the Humber right away with the Panzerbuchse, you have a really easy going mid-game.
Yeah.
But now with the rework to the GAN, where it's more reliably usable, where
Yeah, you just don't want to make a Humber at all.
yeah. But playing without an LV in such a tempo-oriented game, how we are currently experiencing.
Yeah, and we're going to see this matchup play out, and it's going to be interesting to see how the high-level players have tried to solve the problem of the Panzerbuchse. So yeah, it'll be an uphill battle for Akkerman. Maybe you can just use it on the flanks and then get a quick refit into a Stuart. You know, once Ozzy might see the Humber, maybe he's not going to expect that change up because there's been nothing to show his doctrine pick for Akkerman yet. So a good rule of thumb is if you haven't seen anything from Brits, it can be armoured. So see how quickly Ozzy can pick up on that.
I'm still a little bit conflicted about armored though. Armor is like B tier or C tier at best currently. It's not a bad doctrine.
We've got Eliminator in for this though, so once you use one, you can't use it again, yeah?
No, you can use it as often as you want.
Okay. Maybe Akkerman expecting a lot of team weapon play, maybe wants to recon Arty. Or I'm thinking just for that early refit, it can be quite powerful.
Oh, Stuart play.
Yeah, so I think we will see the refit of the Humber into the Stuart probably at an opportune time. I guess you kind of want to do it to see if you can tempt your opponent into like a tier 4 build. I don't know if that's possible, but I guess that's the ideal play.
Well, you don't really want to go tier 4 as Wehrmacht with Luftwaffe, because the P4 is not offering that much.
Yeah, especially against British armor.
So, I think Akkerman, like double Stuart. That's the thing where you take Stuart, right? You go double Stuart and then do something funky.
And you have to rush the Panzerbuchse, yeah.
Oh, it's
Both.
Stuart is going back. Humber's going back home.
I think that's a bit of a waste of munitions. We didn't even see any action from the Humber, but I guess he built it before he saw the 221. So maybe, I mean, I think it's maybe worth baiting out the Panzerbuchse upgrade, so it just gives your infantry a bit more breathing room.
It's
We've
just
got a Pioneer
weird.
going down for Aussie, down on the left flank.
Well, it's just a Pioneer.
We got a Jaeger to replace it. So Stuart 80 gun. So that's interesting take because we're almost at the fuel for 2 Stuarts. Which
Yeah, I would get not the second Stuart right away. Like the only threat that Aussie really has is the Wirbelwind, but Stuarts win against Wirbelwind, so no need for it. Yeah, he cancels it. He realizes that as well, and then he can't use it again.
No, he's rebuilt it. Can't make up his mind. Aussie's forcing some indecision from Akkerman. But yeah, I think really kind of a mistake there to just refit the Humber straight away, not getting any value out of it, and costing yourself, I think it's 30 odd munitions, 40 munitions. So I think a bit of a misplay by Akkerman there. Let's see how he can, I guess, recover from it.
I think he was scared of the Panzerbuchse. But,
Yeah, but
still.
What's the upgrade time on that? You've got a 30-second window, so I think that's enough, you know.
Considering if Aussie would have ever went for Panzerbuchse.
Because I think what compounds that is he doesn't have the grenade packages for Akkerman, so wouldn't be able to threaten. Well, he could threaten the Faust, but it wouldn't take Aussie too long to realize he doesn't have grenades. So I think you would need that if you wanted to use the Humber aggressively.
Yeah, fair enough.
But we have got.
Oh, not more infantry sections. Got cancelled.
We have got the officer quarters for the 221, so it's at Vet 1. Can probably solo this Stuart with the white phosphorus and a snare, so Akkerman does have to be careful with his steward. It's got the commander upgrade, so he's going to have excellent sight.
Now the micro dance begins.
PB pumps have got Grins moving up for a Faust.
Panzer Büchse bounced.
Yeah, a bit tricky to use on the move.
Infantry training is underway.
And we have got a buffed AT gun in support. So maybe that was his idea, get the commander, buff the fire rate of the AT gun. Are we going to see some training as well? We've got infantry training being popped as now at the moment, so that's a safe bet for Akkerman.
Training complete. Our infantry will be better prepared.
And then we've got our first Fallschirmjäger hitting the field on the right VP. So might just camp there. There's enough cover for it to be pretty dangerous. And if you're not paying attention, your squad can go down quite quickly.
And a lot of elite infantry from Ozzy. He needs to rush reserve infantry. Otherwise he might bleed to death.
Yeah. He does have the healing, so it's going to help a little bit. He's turned off his reinforce, so it looks like he might be trying to Gren merge as much as he can. But only one Gren's going to have a lot of work to do.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
And
Oh no, the Panzer
who
Büchse. Okay, so that's one way to deal with it.
The enemy has our victory point now.
And Ozzy decides to respond to that with making his tier 4, so gonna be at a little bit of a loss because he's at quite a disadvantage for fuel. Gonna be dropping in an LG40 by the sounds to compensate for his lack of anti-tank power.
The casual on-map brute artillery showing why it's still the best grenade in the game.
I got some artillery going to force off that machine gun, so Akkerman should be able to take back some map control on this and neutralize that double cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, F's in the chat for the 221.
Akkerman is really going into I can camp till the end of day. Second AT got MG on the field. Are we playing Code 2 or what's going on?
It feels that way. Tunis does lend itself to the team weapon style being so open, but just enough sort of buildings to demarcate the lanes, and you can get some really good, just really good effectiveness from your team weapons, like through center, or if you want to blob them up north or south.
Interesting what Ackerman's plan is. Is he going to Crusader A spam? Is he going for Black Prince?
Anti-tank weapon and crew.
It feels like a stall. Yeah, it's going to be a long way to a Black Prince. We've got team weapon training coming in, so he's going to have a pretty strong composition. Panzer IVs won't be able to approach the Stuart site with the double AT guns. The LG40 is going to scare off the Stuart, but not going to be enough to destroy it. I think it's going to be played far too safely.
I think Akkerman could use the Stuart a little bit more aggressively on the flanks. He should not lose those flanks. Ozzy only has one LG40, so Stuart should have free reign unless he hits a mine. On the most
he's close to one at the moment, but not going to be that aggressive.
Victory point under enemy control.
Yeah, 221 is a glass cannon. You cannot forget that, as Mad Hat points out.
Two shots, 2 AT gun shots, and you will bite the dust.
Yeah, no extra health for the Wehrmacht. No side skirts for the 221.
Imagine that, man.
And somehow Ozzy taking control of the middle and attempting to decap Ackerman's safe fuel at the moment. That's really surprising.
Yeah, it's weird that Akkerman should not have problems losing, or should not have trouble being in control in the middle and the flanks. He has really a lot of support weapons on the field. He has strong infantry. He has the Stuart, but Ozzy was still able to find those gaps and push forward.
We've got Ozzy feeling pretty safe, putting down a cash for the loiters, I imagine. And Akkerman may be suffering a little bit from not a lot of tournament experience. I haven't seen his name frequently.
Nope. First side up.
So maybe he's just feeling like he doesn't want to be too aggressive, make a mistake. And he's starting to suffer for it at the moment. We're seeing grenades being teched. It does look like we are going to stall for the Black Prince, but I think the P4s are going to come and become a real problem earlier than that Black Prince will.
I think Akkerman should take up and get out Crusaders, Crusader A, something like that. Apply pressure. Ozzy has only one AT gun and not even a good one, so you could easily overwhelm him there.
Yeah, Tony pointing out a good point that Akkerman probably is expecting verbal VINs. That was probably why we saw the second AT gun. And he's just wanting to play far too safe, worried about the verbal dive. But it's been long enough now, I think. You know, we've got the fuel for a Panzer IV now. But we might wait all the way till a Brumbar at this stage.
Royal Engineers trained and ready to go. Victory point lost. The enemy has control.
Yeah. Really cautious play from Akkerman there.
Oh, Stuart and an LG, a Y-Foss MG and an LG40 forcing off the Stuart now. Akkerman has started to retake some.
MG gets nuked by the rifle nade.
So, the best grenades in the game, I think, those rifle nades.
Yeah, but...
I mean, the call out's so late, it doesn't come until the grenade's in the air, so you got next to no time to try and get out of it.
Always check for animation there on the infantry sections when they go into when they kneel down.
You gotta have those tac map eyes. We've got a Fulsham just missing out on the wipe on the MG, but it might get this Brent section now as it runs home. No chase by Aussie, probably a safe move. I thought I heard a sniper, but it's just the G43. It's the same weapon used by the sniper.
The beggars are threatening a victory point.
Luckily, we don't have Canadians this pick. Ackerman's gone for heavy armor, so no flame grenades, but the standard rifle grenade is strong enough to wipe an MG42, which a lot of other factions kind of struggle with. Aha! It's the Brumbar!
Last turn, Brumbar was not able to carry Aussie. It died a lot of needless deaths in the middle. I think I even casted this game with you.
Probably. We've got some weapons trained AT guns though, and depending how Akkerman can use his hull down, I think the Brumbar might be in a tough spot. Aussie with a commanding triple cap at the moment. It's the ball's in Ackerman's court to respond.
Yeah, for sure. Akkerman has to make something happen, and I think he gave away the mid-game advantage that he had by being a little bit too careful, too passive.
I feel at this stage Ackerman's gonna have to not think about the Black Prince stall and maybe use the designate targets to get some more penetration on the Brumbar. But he has also got the Stuart mark target, which additionally lowers the weapon pen, so I believe you can stack those two. Might make short work of this Brumbar. But he definitely has to respond somehow to Aussie's composition.
The problem with Akkerman is though really, really brutal. Like one push, he can fall apart. If the ATs are out of position.
There's no mines. Here comes a Brumbar on the MG. That's luckily misses. Doesn't get the wipe, but it does have that ability to just one-shot team weapons. Ackerman's gonna have to be very careful. His AT guns are very close together, so it wouldn't take much for Aussie to call in a fragmentation bomb and wipe out a lot of these team weapons. We've got nice, decent munitions income for Aussie as he's cashed up both of his safe 10 munis. Looks like we will see some loader spam.
Loader spam, the good old thing. At least it's not as bad as it used to be.
True, but yeah, it's still suppressing infantry in a huge circle. It's just massive area denial. It can be quite frustrating if you just have half the map locked off for quite some time.
The Bosch are pushing hard.
We have a Stoßtruppen on the field.
I think those Forschmiega had a chance to move up on those two low sections on the left flank, but they're just playing safe, defending the central house. That's Brumba deflecting some shots from the AT guns. Forschmiega setting up on the AT guns now. They're falling back. Jaeger maybe trying to make something happen on the center, but he's just created a nice opportunity to smoke, but also going to deny the machine gun vision on that Stoss that's coming to cap in the center.
Oh, Brumba's going in. Got.
Mark. Confident shot on the Stewart.
Frag bombs are on the way.
I don't think he's responded in time. These frag bombs are going to do a lot of damage. This might be GG. Oh my god. All the team weapons wiped.
But
Just as I predicted, we've got a single sapper trying to salvage what he can, but we've got all of Aussie's infantry pushing on the back of this. I don't see how Akkerman's going to be able to reclaim all of these team weapons as another AT gun goes down to the Stoss trooper marching forward.
That might be
That's
GG.
a bad spot for AT gun to set up. I think it is GG. You just, yeah. You've got to move immediately after those frag bombs, and even when you do, they're coming for you.
An anti-tank gun.
One AT gun gets destroyed. MG got recovered. One AT gun should get recovered as well. So
LG40 with the best power to weight penetration ratio in the game somehow wipes that AT gun in what that was like 4 shots.
yeah, but still, it took forever, man. I think target size of the weapons needs to be increased.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I like the idea that tanks struggle to wipe team weapons, but yeah, if you bring up your AT guns, they should get the other hit pretty quickly.
We're losing a victory point to enemy action.
The damage was big, but not as game-ending as we anticipated. AT gun got recovered.
Victory point is in enemy hands.
I think that's just because he managed to get enough damage on that Brumbar, get the snare. Was that a grenade that he hit that with, or did it hit a mine? I think if Aussie had maintained that Brumbar in the fight, that would have been over.
Yeah, Aussie was not really able to push forward with more infantry.
Akkerman prioritizing well. We've got Aussie making a P4 now, so it looks like it's going to be a quick reaction tank on the flanks. Going to try and force off this sapper, capturing the right-hand side VP. Yeah, it's going to be a long time to the Black Prince.
How much
and,
is the Black
Akkerman's
Prince?
struggling to maintain
9 or
VP
10?
control. Sorry?
How much is the Black Prince again? 9 or 10 CPs?
I've got it's 11.
11?
I mean,
Okay, he will never get out in time.
yeah, he's got 3 CP. He's not putting up his final tech structure. He almost could and maybe refit the Stewart and afford it, but it would be a fine margin for him to sort of get back onto the map. And he needs that Stewart mark target at the moment.
Nah, he needs Stewart vision and mark target. He can't record it. Otherwise, the Brumba will make him really uncomfortable.
Belongs to the enemy.
P4 gonna take some damage now. Snared and or shocked and taking some AT gun damage, but nothing to follow up for Akkerman as the Black Prince pressures on the left, and there's nothing to force it off. Forschmiegers are in a tricky spot, gonna snare that Stewart.
Stewart might bite the
Anti-tank
dust.
crews are on
No,
standby.
but
LG40 is too far away.
map is really, really red.
Yeah, doesn't hang around for the cutoff. Probably the right decision that Forschmiegers below half health, doesn't want to drop more models. And Aussie just with a very comfortable resource float at the moment. Just can really do anything. Looks like he's just going to build up P4s at this stage. Has gone for the reserve infantry, so if somehow we see a Black Prince this match, Aussie's not going to have a good answer to it.
Oh, Black Prince would win the game right away, but the game will be over before the Black Prince is. Aussie is reading the game correctly. I think he assumes the Black Prince stall there.
Yeah.
So he knows he needs to apply as much pressure as possible, because the Black Prince would end everything that he has.
As I said earlier, when you see nothing from Brits, it's safe to assume Armoured's been picked.
Well, Canadians are also a prime example for Collins.
True, but I feel like you're going to see some kind of flame grenade before Crocodile.
That's...
And Crocodile doesn't have quite the same impact as the Black Prince, but yes, it is true.
Oh, that's a dead room. Got snared or slowed.
Yeah. Yeah, that might be the turnaround that Akkerman needs. Ozzy getting quite ambitious with this Brumba, overextending, although really struggling to penetrate. Stewart goes down. Brumba somehow bounces with the armor debuff. Yeah, Akkerman would be kicking himself by now, like watching that Brumba bounce those last few shots.
Oh, it looks so good.
Absolutely devastating for Akkerman. He really should have gotten that Brumba as a trade for the Stewart. So got the CP for the Black Prince now, so just has to wait for manpower, but he's going to need to like hold on tight to that central VP and slow down this tick rate.
But you need 640 manpower if I recall correctly for the Black Prince, so Akkerman is quite far away from it.
Buckle up, gents. We're down to 100 points.
But I guess Brits suffering the least from the casualty clearing because their faction does not have access to it, so...
Oh, Wehrmacht casualty clearing also not working.
We've got a recon flight coming in for Akkerman. Brent section looking very low.
Oh, frag bombs on the
E4
way.
looking very low. He's responded to it a little bit quicker this time.
Marty's dashing right
Gonna
into
lose
it.
180.
The enemy has control.
Oh, unfortunate. Loses everything again. Frag bomb's just so powerful, and that's enough for the GG. Nothing better than a good frag bomb strike. It might even come a little bit too quickly.
You have to look on the minimap where it's coming down so you don't dodge into it.
Yeah, but he was blobbing those team weapons. He was really asking to be frag bombed, and after getting done in the first time, he sort of repeated his mistake, and Aussie was just able to clinch the game with that. He had a recon plane to get vision. That's how he nailed it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look if game number 2 will be up in a sec. So see you in a sec. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for game number 2 between Akkerman and Ozzy. We have Ozzy as... or Akkerman as the Wehrmacht. And his name is so long it does not fit properly into the tool. I love that kappa. And on the other side, we have Ozzy as the... USF. What are we expecting, my dear friend Debacle?
So Aussie's straight away locked in, armored with the Veteran C1 vehicles, bringing out the Jeep, going to get that capping power. Akkerman's bringing a double Pioneer Grand Start and leaving his battle group options open. He's got Terra, Mechanized, and Luftwaffe.
I would love to see Terror, but I don't expect to see it. Because otherwise he would have already picked it.
Yeah, try and get the value out of the MGs, but it's possible he might be looking for the suppression from the weapons. You know, could make the 221 or the half track quite powerful.
Chad says it was bold to assume that he go for capping Jeep, and he's capping. Yeah.
That's why I'm the caster, Hammond. Now on Tunis though, it's a slam dunk. You just get so much power out of it. You're gonna deny Terra if he does pick it. So wise for Akkerman to wait. See what Aussie might have picked in the Aussies. Yeah, gonna show his hand straight away and wait for Akkerman to respond.
And you know, you can't imagine how happy I am to see Rifleman.
Taking the field.
Yeah. Aussie acknowledging the lack of casualty clearing and spitting in its face. It says, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna play it anyway.
Maybe without casualty clearing, USF feels more balanced.
Yeah,
Spreading
that's
some
what we were saying before this stream,
heresy in the chat there.
But we're probably going to see quite a few vehicles soaking up the manpower losses for the United States and for Ozligath. So hopefully we'll be able to minimize that lack of casualty clearing available to the US at the moment.
Oh boy, Ozzy's up to a bad start. He's not able to gain his 10-pointer on his flank, and Akkerman has relatively well fortified his 10-pointer as well with an MG42. MG is repositioning. Maybe he will get the flank off?
Yeah, it's going to get out of there in time. There's a nice bait.
What?
Scouts coming in.
What does that
Going to need
do?
green cover. Just an attack move, I think. Scouts get the smoke off, and Jeep's doing some sneaky repairing. Rifleman with the flank. That's going to send both of those units home, but does get the capture off. Jeep doesn't deny the capture as it was repairing. So bit of a micro mistake there for Aussie. Should have been able to stop that fuel for Akkerman, and he's going to have a nice quick tier 2 or tier 3 available to him shortly.
In the end, I would say it was really good for Akkerman. He maybe lost the first engagement and was pushed off, but he was able to gain most of the map.
Yeah, it doesn't. When you get both fuels, it sort of really doesn't matter, hey? And he's even decapping Aussie's safe munitions at the moment. Might be overextending a little bit as Aussie cuts through to the cutoff. But we've got some Grenadiers coming up to deny Rifleman that freedom of movement, and we've got the MG changing sides to the left as well. So Akkerman going to be able to maintain that left side map control, sending a Pioneer out to cap his safe munitions.
Territory point is no longer under our control.
Oh, flame up from Akkerman, but nothing close to merge. Grenadier only no moving, might be a little bit late.
We're going to wait for one more model drop for the merge. It's always a little bit greedy. Rifleman getting quite low now as well. And MG setting up on the engineers, going to send them home. Jeep coming in for the flank, but it's a little bit too late on the machine gun. Everything's going to be able to rotate.
More riflemen are coming in.
Does have the Grenadier coming in from the far side of the map to deny that Rifleman any capture opportunities.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Jeep's still being quite annoying, but Akkerman just seeming to ignore it at the moment. And it decides to capture the safe fuel instead. Akkerman locking down that central building, and Aussie going for the cutoff.
Well, Jeep is a terrorist unit like the bike or the Ketten, so I'm not surprised.
Although we've got a snare. Jeep is dead.
Oh, huge miss micro there from Aussie.
Yeah. Yes, a little bit too greedy. Akkerman coming back with some fury in this game too.
And Aussie will be in a world of pain. Panzer Grenadiers are on the field.
Yeah, going for the rifle company, the infantry support center. Sorry. Not sure if Aussie. I don't think you can really think of logistics with an armored pick. I think you've got to get your Greyhound online as soon as possible.
Can you afford to go for Greyhound though? His earlier was so awful. He's really at a fuel disadvantage. Maybe.
Well, I think he needs something.
He needs something, but they are like tier 2.
I don't think he has the manpower to get like machine guns out. And
I'm not mean machine guns. I mean half tracks.
I think that's so risky. But I guess you got tier 3. You've seen the Panzergrens. You're only going to have a Stummel to worry about. So that's probably what Aussie has to do. But he has got decent fuel income now. They're going to force off that engineer.
Just map control is not looking good for Mr. Aussie.
I think Aussie is stalling for the Greyhound, but that might cost him because he's going to lose a bit of fuel control now. Motor pool is going down. He seems quite non-committal, trying for both sides, but not winning either.
All right.
There's a Panzergren waiting.
Something unusual is happening from Akkerman. He's playing tier 3 and tier 2.
I was thinking he might do that. We still don't have a battle group pick, so we might be seeing Terror with the King Tiger. Akkerman opting for the Black Prince last game and not being able to make it work, but he might be a bit of a heavy tank enthusiast.
Everyone
I think he just...
Everyone enjoys the good old call-in meta.
Yeah.
Aussie's fighting a losing battle there because Akkerman can merge into the Panzer Grenadier. Here we go.
We must act.
But he does force off the Gren Flamer, and the Flamer looking quite low. 4-man rifle going to struggle to take it down. Going to try.
They have taken our victory point. We have
No chase there from Aussie. He might have gotten the wipe there if he chased.
Yeah, doesn't really know where that machine gun is, so I was probably worried about getting suppressed on the back of that.
2-2 P-Grens into 2-1 man. I think Aussie were like, what the F is going on?
What is this build? Yeah, but
I've never seen
2-1
that
is so strong. it's going to deny the Greyhound. It's going to be quite tricky to use that Greyhound effectively with the Panzerbuchse in the field. I think the unit is just so strong at the moment that you always want it, but Panzerguns also completely shut down Riflemen.
One of our munitions points is being neutralized.
Such a weird build order.
But I think if we're...
Preemptive Panzerbuchse, not a huge fan of it.
To me, I think we're going to go mechanized with the Stug D, Terra with a KT call in. But I think Akkerman hopefully has learned from his game one and that it's not always wise to stall for that heavy tank. So
I think
my money's on Stug D.
I think Terra would be amazing. Because Terra Strategies is amazing. It's amazing with tier 3. No quarters given with Panzer Grenadiers is just... Whew.
Very strong, and I mean the Jericho's trumpets also very annoying to deal with. Or if Aussie goes for AT guns using the propaganda drop, really makes him a nightmare to use as well.
This might be the breaking point of this game. 2-1 with Panzerbuchse is on the hunt. Greyhound might go down there.
We've got some effective screening for Aussie though, so it's gonna hopefully see the Panzerbuchse.
So no snares there from Aussie. Aussie went for decapture Greyhound.
We do have the Greyhound snared.
And that's a dead Greyhound.
Just a bit of a misplay from Aussie, not reading that correctly and moving his Rifleman to capture instead of screen for the Greyhound.
You saw Panzer Grenadiers, you would have never expected to get 2-1.
You would, yeah, but I mean, it was incredibly risky for that Greyhound. You'd want to probably use the two times decapture rate on the 16, move your Rifleman to the cutoff. I think he had the units the wrong way around there and he paid for it. GG's been called in chat.
What's from Aussie though? Yes,
Akkerman hasn't locked anything in. And, USF still have dirt cheap vehicles. He's only half or a third of a CP away from super cheap light vehicles. War Machine is the word I'm looking for. So I think it's a little bit early to throw in the towel.
Defend our victory point.
Oh boy, that's... Retreat grenade, come on, Akkerman!
A little bit early.
No, might look good.
Probably wants to pop the focused fire on those P-Grens.
We have a surplus of command
Might still get it. It does.
Our Greyhound is here.
So looking pretty dicey. Aussie's got another Greyhound on the field. Just missed purchasing that with War Machine as he has 3 CPs now.
And Akkerman decides, I like mechanized. How many LVs do you want? Yes, please.
We didn't blow the breach horn there as the P-Grens forced out the rifles. We've actually got breach being able to be used in a competitive setting.
I think we will see breach is so good though. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it more and more now on maps where you have critical houses.
We do have mechanized pick, but we've got the Akkerman, so I think that's the right choice, considering Aussie's on the back foot, wants to keep that tempo rolling for Akkerman.
Yeah. Looks like Akkerman wants to double the amount of wheels on the field, so he got an 8-rod. Because, I stopped explaining my jokes.
No, it's fine.
8-rod got hit by its own mine because the Greyhound detonated it.
Love that. Yeah, we were pointing out that a bit of a misplay there by Aussie as he decaptured with the Greyhound on the cutoff and was capturing the 16 with his rifles. So just having his units the wrong way around and putting them at risk of the snare, but wasn't expecting the 221 Panzerbuchse. Very odd build by Akkerman. It has paid off for him. Sometimes, when you don't play a lot of tournaments, you don't play expectedly, and it's hard for someone who's a bit more seasoned to respond to that, anticipate that.
Well, you have to throw curveballs from time to time. And
Akkerman's giving us a very interesting starting game. We've got to commend him.
Yeah, for sure. And I can't stress it out enough. If you're playing against someone who's slightly better than you, throwing the curveballs, doing something unexpected.
Oh no! Again, Akkerman on his own mine loses the 2-2-1 there. He might have to be a little bit more aware of where he's placing his vehicles, because that was completely unnecessary, especially because he has the smoke. If he just took one hit, we would have been able to get out of there.
Kids, never stop on your own minds. Because
Yeah.
things like this will not happen.
So many mines being detonated across the field.
Ozzy's mind gaming is on point.
Greyhound with a great flank on the AT gun. It's camoed though. He doesn't see it. We'll see it now. I think there's no snare around. I feel like it's better to just get out of there.
But look at the damage. And Greyhound is backing up into the...
Two HP Greyhound somehow.
Let's go,
Just
MG! Oh, MG could get the kill. I think MG has this penetration.
I think. Yeah.
Oh my
Unfortunately-
god.
And the 8 Rad's just out of position as well. Is the Greyhound going to get away with that? That would have been GG, I think, there. But just Akkerman fumbling the kill there.
You need the duct tape, man. The Greyhound is held together by sheer will and duct tape.
But like the USS Yorktown, it'll be in for a couple of days of repairs and then right back into action. We've got a second Greyhound coming out as well.
M8 Greyhound is deployed.
Second
I think.
Greyhound is on the field.
I feel like Akkerman needs to leverage this fuel advantage and bring out a Stug or a Marder. I feel like the 8 Rad on its own without the Panzerbuchse isn't enough to close this out. I
one
think he's leaving the door open for Ozzy
Yes,
to walk
no,
right back in.
he has only one snare platform, so he's really
One of
vulnerable.
our sectors is now in enemy hands.
Yeah, he's gone all for Pentagons. I didn't see him. Did he transfer order
Yeah,
some
yes,
of
he
his
did.
grunts? Yeah. Yeah, I think against a mechanized build, that's a little bit risky. Because we've already got a rifle wipe. Ozzy replacing that rifle now.
He lost 2
Captain-
riflemen though, he built 4 riflemen.
Oh my god, okay. There's been so much going on. Been missing so much of the action in this game. Got a AT gun in a bad position. It's going to get found by this 8 Rad in the left.
By the way, Akkerman found so many mines
We
and
must
still no
move fast.
sweeper.
We're down to 300 points.
Just the pioneers are the sweeper.
You're sweeping with manpower.
Greyhound's responding now.
Our anti-tank
8 Rad popping smoke. It's going to be at risk, but yeah, without snares and no mines.
AT
he's gonna
gun
get away,
is
though.
moving over. 8 Red should be fine though.
Yeah, I think it's going to get out of there. Probably could back up to the fuel.
Come on, Nate!
8
Nate! No, Nate. But might get one Greyhound. No.
Is this an attack move, AT gun? I feel like we're...
The enemy is
It
stealing
definitely should have been 2 dead Greyhounds there, or even a couple of extra damage with the 8 Rad, but just moving it too slowly.
We're down to 250 points.
But the pressure's real. And Ozzy
Yeah,
only
just-
has 1 pioneer to repair, so he has a repair problem there.
Yeah, Ackerman's struggling to synergize his units to really finish off this game, and
Points available.
Ozligath staying in there with a hope and a prayer and a little bit of War Machine.
A lot of War Machine changed my mind.
Yeah.
I think this is the... Of the AT gun. Jesus Christ. I mean, AT gun missing the 8 Rad. My god, I'm having a small stroke there. But that's okay.
I don't know. I feel like with his tier 4 build, Akkerman is just letting Ozligath right back into this game. He should call in Martyrs or Stugs or something.
Down to
But yeah, I feel
200
like waiting for, what, a P4 maybe? Or a
Panther.
I could be Panther. I don't know. I don't feel like with Aussie's like fuel control and limit, Panther's going to do anything that a Martyr or a Stug couldn't.
I think a Stug would be amazing. Stug should have enough armor to deal with those Greyhounds easily.
It can bait the AT gun while the 8 Rad gets in on the flank. I think 2 Stugs, 2 8 Rads, and this game's done.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
But yeah, P grants are
Dixon.
definitely a problem for USF.
Dixon putting his reputation on the line and announcing death for Ozligath here, but, you know, anything can happen.
Our Greyhound is here.
Well, he's not wrong. 3 Panzer Grenadiers counter the whole infantry lineup of Ozzy, even with Mars units against him.
3 Pentagrams, 3 Greyhounds though.
Which are more busy being repaired than fighting.
I think Ozzy's looking for a dive, might find this AT gun. He's in a lot of trouble. He's found the Akkerman, he's found the AT gun. This is looking pretty dicey for Akkerman now. That smoke actually saving Ozzy there. I think he's going to lose his AT gun for it, and I think this game's just turned on its head.
Oh, losing the AT gun would be horrible.
Yeah, because nothing could follow up this snare, so... It loses the Akkerman. Merge into the AT gun, but it's only one snare platform. We get another 2 HP Greyhound somehow, but actually goes down to some small arms.
Damn it. Greyhound has been destroyed.
Yeah, I think that tier 4 just giving Ozzy enough of a gap to get in this Greyhound rush.
I don't get it. What the
loses his only snare platform to remerge into that AT gun. I think that was a huge mistake there.
Must have been a misclick.
And I think Ozzy doesn't need to wipe this AT gun. I think that could have been a decent pickup. If only he still had his Jeep to tow it back. All right, so Dexon eating his words now.
He went for Panther. Why did he build tier 4 if he's going for Panther Cordon anyways?
You kidding? Yes, Akkerman showing his his noviceness there.
Well,
Yeah, I
Panther should
think all
be
that
able
time-
to agree to deal with the Greyhounds now.
That's at least 1 Stug or 2 Martyrs by the time you build tier 4, right? I mean, Ozzy's gonna struggle against the Panther, but
The Panther hard counters everything that's on the field, however.
I think Ozzy just stalls for a Chaffee rush, right?
I don't think Chaffee Rush should accomplish much. I think... Though the damage maybe earlier was so big that Akkerman can't recover from this. If he would have played safe with Stux, he might have been fine there.
Territory sector.
He knew there were 3 AT guns and 3 Greyhounds on the field, so 1 AT gun is not enough.
But how far off is Ozzy from the Easy 8 call-in? Like, does struggle against the Panther? So we need about 4 more CP.
We have a backlog of command points that need using.
And Akkerman in a pretty commanding game. I think it's going to have to be an all-in to win this for Ozzy. And unfortunately, it hasn't gone for the Captain Mark target, so it might be worth just letting that Captain die, getting a new one, and getting the Mark target for killing that Panther.
Territory out of supply.
Peagrin's super low, but nothing to follow up.
Pasagurdi's swooping mines once again.
Yeah, Highlander pointing out the Panther is quite slow, so the Greyhound can just run circles around it. AT gun with access to the armor-piercing rounds. And I don't think the Panther has enough anti-infantry ability on its own. So
Well, he has 3
Wonder what
Panzer Grenadiers.
yeah, he's just gonna have to sort of blob them together to keep them safe from the Greyhounds. And the Greyhounds can split up, whereas the Panther can only be in one place.
Fair enough, fair
So
enough.
Akkerman, wait, what, like about 2-3 minutes from either he goes for another 8 rad or a P4.
AT gun is on the way. MG's getting barraged by Captain Dan.
And I think now that we've got bars on the rifles and slowly double bars trickling in, I think these Peagrens are going to struggle until they hit that 3.
Need allocating.
It's a very open map. There's a lot of approach distance to cover as they try and close in on the rifles. Some really awkward Panther micro, but it does force off the Greyhound.
It's just, I think he's over micro.
We've got USF regaining map control, getting more resources. We're gonna see, what, 2 CPs until Easy 8 call in.
Or easy, more riflemen on the way.
So 2.5 CPs for Easy 8. And we might see an all-in with the H-Trap rounds and the Greyhounds taking shots from the Panther.
You know, everyone loves all-ins, but I highly doubt we will see any. I think Ozzy will just play carefully there. Slowly grind Akkerman to death. He still has a 160 piece on the banks. It's not a lot, but it's enough.
I want to see excitement and action. Don't take that away from me, Alvardi. Going to see reckless plays. Ozzy is not immune to the throw, so anything could happen. The machine gun load, but the Panther smoke protects it.
Nice smoke, yeah. Panzer Grenadiers go. I don't get it. Panzer Grenadiers are the flanks where he knows the Greyhounds will be, so he needs to play them in the middle where the Panther can support them.
Yeah, I think this waiting for that Panther call in and building tier 4, Akkerman just like blew away any lead he got in the early game. I think he really just needed to maintain that pressure and keep the tempo. He just gave Ozzy a whole lot of breathing room. Now we've got heavy mines going down as well, so Akkerman's going to need to be very careful with that Panther.
But considering his track record with sweeping mines,
yeah, and the Pioneers will not be able to sweep those mines. We've got Ozzy putting down some standard mines now. Greyhound in trouble, needs to get on that road. AT gun pulling back as the P-Grens push in center. Greyhound looks to be dead. We've got some side shots penetrating. Greyhound needs to hold fire. It doesn't, and it goes down.
An important pickup there. Panther should be fine.
Greyhound not chasing the low P-Gren in base. A lot happening. Panther looking at risk now to the double rifles. AT gun getting a lot of penetrating shots. Greyhound now running amok in base. There's nothing to respond to that. Ozzy not being able to micro both the Greyhound and the rifles. Missing out on killing that Panther. Probably could have sprinted and gotten that. But Akkerman effectively locked in his base now as the Greyhound just chips away at the MG. It's going to go down and lose its vet.
P4 in the queue.
But yeah, just such a slow P4 as Ozzy just started to gobble up the map. It should have come out a lot earlier, I think. Is it possible Akkerman built tier 4 to get the CP for the call-in Panther? Is that why?
It makes no sense, though.
Yeah, and Ozzy's just a matter of manpower gain to get his Easy 8 on the field. We've got logistics coming in, so Ozzy feeling very comfortable now.
Ozzy having a field day, though. He has double AT guard, he has 4 ref, but with bars.
We might even see the recovery tractor, because it could start recovering some of these Greyhounds. There's one quite close to his base. The thing was, he gets that Easy 8, he might go for recovery. Nothing like memeing in a tournament.
Oh, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I feel like while Akkerman only had that Panther, he just needed to blob on one side. But he tried to spread out and he paid for it.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
Map control basically non-existing for Akkerman now.
He's slowly clawing his way back in, but there's just a lot of infantry pressure from the Ozligath now, and those P-Grens are struggling. Like I said, until they hit Vet 3, I think they're on par with the double bar rifles.
Victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Double AT gun for Ozligath now, so it's going to be able to force off that Panzer IV with ease.
That might be a dead Panzer Grenadier. Nope. Ozzy switches
Panzer IV taking a very risky path. I don't think Ozzy's seen that in the fog.
The sector's been overrun.
Oh, he does see it now, that Panzer IV. Oh, it needs to smoke or something, or it's dead. No. And he had Muni for the smoke, so I don't know why he didn't use that. But yeah, that was super risky, just straight lining it back to base. He needed to pull it back to his munitions. Yeah, I feel like Panzer IV the best choice. I don't know.
Territory lost.
I always like a Brumbar Panther combination.
More Panzer Grenadiers on the way from Akkerman, but I think he's too behind to make something happen.
Nah, Panzer Grenadiers here are a mistake. I mean, he's got both buildings. Could go for a... Well, he doesn't really have the munitions for a Shrek, but could go for a Jaeger Shrek. But I think it's too late now. I feel like spending that much resources just to build a 221 was a mistake. You know, building a whole, what, 50 fuel, 240 or 80 manpower, and then the cost of the 221 just for that unit. Just...
Well, I think the 221 was amazing. It killed the first Greyhound and gave Akkerman such an insane lead. But he decided to throw this lead by going for tier 4.
Yeah, ultimately, if you weigh up the resources, though, it doesn't pay off. One Greyhound for the resource investment just...
Well, it's also tempo. Sense. It's not only the resource that you destroy, it's also tempo map presence that you gain.
You're a victory point.
Aussie with some bad easy at micro showing its rear.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point. Territory point is no longer under our
And we've got those more mines going down. Not sure if they're heavy mines or regular mines. Look to be regular. Ozligath maybe forgetting that he teched for the heavy mines.
Yeah, feels like that. Panther going in? Or not? Snare on Mr. Panther, but it won't matter that much.
Yeah, I feel like Akkerman just didn't stick to his plan this game. Like, he stuck to it for the first 10 minutes, but then, like, didn't know what to do with the lead once he had it. He kind of got a bit lost, and yeah, I think he squandered his lead a bit. Yes, let's all be nice and chat.
Yeah, we are nice to each other.
You can sign up. You can sign up for the next tournament and settle your arguments in game.
As all gentlemen do. On the virtual battlefield of the Second World War.
That's right.
Yeah, Akkerman refusing to leave. Obviously, he had such a lead, and now I wouldn't give up either. But I think he's not dead, but he's not doing well.
This is match point for Aussie. So if Aussie wins this game, he wins the series. Well, not the series, but you know this round. And Akkerman doesn't want to give that up just yet. Panther superior against the Easy 8 for now, but for how long? Now, Akkerman just not really using any of his CPs either. Could have some really nice camouflage stoss at the moment. I think that would have been a better choice over the rebuilt Panzergren.
Further training will improve the survivability of our infantry in the field.
P-Gren gets forced off. Panther is slowly vetting up. Once it has higher veterancy, it's really fast, and Greyhound survives.
Yeah, I almost think it's worth Ozligath letting the captain die. Oh, we got a Panzergren going. Or what was that going down in the middle?
I think a Panzergren. Yes, he built a new Panzergrenadier. Akkerman's micros all over the place, man.
He's trying to do too much at one point.
Sector lost. No contact.
We've bit skippy.
Alright, chat, that's enough. Let's focus on something else.
We'll start handing out timeouts if you can't behave.
I don't name calling yet, but before I would kill it before it starts. Before we go to this place. I don't know
what. A bit of a lull here as Akkerman's trying to cling on to the victory, but Aussie's just whittling down those VPs with the triple cap.
Yeah. Panther decides to whip his shot.
Victory point is under attack. We must act.
That doesn't sound like the Panther at all.
We've lost control. of the
Every once in
sector.
a while.
A victory point is under enemy control now.
No, beacon abuse is banned. It's an exploit. So it's banned.
What's this?
The beacon abuse.
Beacon abuse. Oh, the beacon.
Yes.
Fair enough.
P4 number 2 on the way for Akkerman. Not much is going on because Akkerman has to lick his wounds.
Yeah, I'd almost want to see another Panther, and like together their anti-infantry could, you know, be decent, their machine guns. But I think another P4 is just gonna go straight down to this composition by Ozzy.
Oh, Panzer Grenadier might go down there if Ozzy decides to kill it.
Yeah, I think he does. He's smelling blood. It's too low now. He took too long to retreat that.
Yeah. P4 getting beaten up by AT guns. Akkerman's army is only 60 pop now. He's not really able to withstand any prolonged fighting. He has no counter
Yeah,
to
I
the
think-
double AT guns.
Victory point.
He needed to respond to the AT guns with a Nebel or at least like a mortar.
They've captured a victory point.
Yeah. I think it's 5 shots, right? It's 520 HP and the P4 does 120.
Doesn't do it
Average
160.
It's plus 80 health. P4 does 120 damage, I think.
I'm so bad with the numbers.
Oh, I just looked at it then. Yeah, I bet 5 shots, I think.
With Vet 3 though, I think Graham gets extra health with Vet 3.
Yeah, an extra 80 HP. I think we lost a Pioneer there.
Hordes of enemy movement.
Ackerman's just in shambles, but he does not want to give up. Fighting tooth and nail to stay in this game.
One Rifleman will go down, a Vet 3 1.
Victory point now under enemy
No.
control.
P4 switches target. Rifleman
Nope.
gets away. P-Gren's going to go down, though. I think that's it. Ozzy might smell blood and go for the dive. We've got a lot of low vehicles. Greyhound doing some recon. Panther looking to get snared.
Enemy scout at 75 points and falling.
But yeah. Ackerman's essentially locked in base. No response. We've got the HVAP popped on the Easy 8. Easy 8 just pushing in now.
Yeah, Panther will go down. Or not. P4 goes down.
Or instead, Easy 8 just probably shouldn't push in anymore.
And
Akkerman
calls it.
throws in the towel.
2-0 for Mr. Ozligath.
Well played, well played. Unfortunate there to see Akkerman not be able to convert his early lead into an early win. But remember, boys and girls, endgame tanks aren't always the answer.
We want to thank our website patrons. This is by far the best way to support MetaPlays. Your contribution helps keep the project sustainable and allows us to produce more and better content. If you aren't yet a patron, check out our link in the description and get in touch to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.